I know most of you guys are here to learn. Maybe you also have a film in the festival. Thank you. And I am Michael Wilson. My law firm, Mind Fusion Law Corp, is sponsoring this panel. We're a full representation entertainment law firm. We are expanding. We also do corporate and tax law.
I'm one of the senior programmers of the Sundance Film Festival.
I work at Showtime Networks in acquisitions.
I work at Our Stories Films, which is the company started by Bob Johnson. It's run by Tracy Edmonds. I'm the director of development, so I do most of the screening of screenplays, and we're not necessarily big in acquisitions, but we are always looking at things.
Hi, I'm Sally Weaver. I'm with a new company called Entertainment Strategies Group, and our goal is to help independent producers primarily, but also lawyers and agents and so on, to help with labor unions.
So we're going to kind of get a feel for what's hot right now for acquisitions and what's not. And then we're going to transition into the acquisitions game, what you really need to do in terms of a game plan, such as dealing with SAG, delivery requirements, and then the state of the business now, because there's a lot of consolidation in the business. As Caroline talked about, the indie market shrinking.
It takes 6 months to several years to get a film made. So if you try to say, well, right now everyone's talking about skateboarding, by the time your movie gets made, skateboarding could be long over.
So you have, in this last literally 3 weeks, we've seen the dissolution of Warner Independent, Picture House, which was, part of HBO, Warner Independent, which was part of Warner Brothers. These are all specialty divisions. Paramount Vantage, which was the specialty division of Paramount, has now been kind of, folded back into big Paramount, because their models don't work for specialty films. They have these big overheads, these big infrastructural, budgets, and it doesn't work for films that actually need a little more creativity in how you market them.
I have to say that as a buyer, I'm not looking for a particular genre or type of movie, but what does matter is the overall entertainment value and cast. So, all of the filmmakers here would really do themselves a great service by, kind of being a little bit of a marketing executive and know marketing a little bit better, because that will help you get your film to somebody like me.
What you need to know as a producer is that means that somebody's going to come after you for residuals, because the distributors who are forced to pay those residuals generally will leave the obligation to pay residuals in your pocket. What that means is, even if they are actually forced, a distributor is forced to pay, they're going to come back and look to you to reimburse them. Okay? So as a producer, you need to be aware of where the residuals obligations fall.
But, I have a constant debate with all of my colleagues about whether cinema can actually change the world. Or is it merely a conservative force, that kind of reinstates where we already are? And I think you can argue on both sides. I mean, you can argue for the inconvenient truth, which, how many people in this room saw it, The Inconvenient Truth? A lot of people, right? And it really did kind of change how people thought about global warming. I think it, it definitely, just basically put us all in the same starting place. We have a problem.
And what happens is somebody will make you an offer subject to a bunch of conditions. One of those conditions is that you deliver the picture consistent with how you've described it. So you're shopping a concept which includes some essential elements, a writer, a particular director, a particular actor. So you have to meet those obligations. You have to deliver the picture that looks like the one they thought they were buying, right?
It's much easier to produce a comedy at a lower cost and get a bigger return on that. And I think as we try to get our footing as a company and doing comedies, I think eventually we'll branch out to dramas, but I think we have to get our financial footing first, and the easiest way is comedies. I think that works also on television, as our sitcoms do much better than our dramas do.
My words of advice would be, it's the entertainment business, and like most things in life, you got to put in the work. You got to be tenacious. You have to be persistent. If you want to become overnight success or get rich quick, I always tell people, go on American Idol. I mean, that's your option right there. But, keep your head up and hang tough in this business, because it's all about longevity, and you'll see it time and time again, whether it's talent or a writer, producer, it's all about staying in the business. And
use your producer as a creative voice on your project, because ideally there's somebody who's out there looking at a lot of stuff, paying attention to a lot of what's in the marketplace. They can be somebody that you can work with to develop your script. Start at the script stage and really work with the script. Make sure the script is really where it needs to be before you try to shoot.
Keeping your head up. And we're at Mind Fusion Law Corp. We have a great website, mindfusionlaw.com. There's also, we have a lot of interviews posted on our blog page of prior. David White, who's Sally's partner. He's a former general counsel of SAG. We have Marion, who's Film Finance Completion Bond. So it's a great resource tool for you guys. And having said that, I want to say thanks for coming out, and I hope you guys gain some knowledge and go make your film and get distribution.